Hey Cancer, welcome to Intention 1111. Today I'm going to be doing your July monthly reading. I wanted to say thank you to all the new subscribers. I sure appreciate you guys, and you guys who've been there since day one. I love y'all. If you'd like to book a personal read with me, you can reach me at whereyourintentions at intentions1111.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Today, right now, we are still in full moon Capricorn energy, super moon energy. So don't hold on to things that are trying to make their way out. Be open to new things coming in, new cycles coming in. Over the next few days, you may experience a heightened intuition, Cancer. You're also very intuitive. And so you may be having hits, downloads, dreams, whatever it is, but expect it. It's probably going to be there. So let's see what we got for the month of July for you. When I merge my desire with faith, I take action from a place of peace rather than control. Ain't that the truth? So this is making space for something you are bringing into your life, making space for something you're believing that will happen, rather than making choices out of desperation, right? You're not putting yourself in the position. You're having faith that what you seek is seeking you, right? So let's kind of see what else we got here. When I truly surrender my desire to the universe, a mighty force of faith can set in. So you kind of have a theme going here, Cancer. When I cultivate a spiritual connection, I can trust the universe no matter what. Okay. So again, this is about positive manifestation, about believing that something is happening, manifesting that in, and not making choices from a place of lack or a place of desperation, but making choices and holding space for something you know is coming in, right? So let's see what else we can get for the month of July for you guys. Right off the bat, we have the Six of Pentacles. So this is incoming funds. This is a windfall of money. This is transparency. This is being honest about something. But in this case, I believe this is the manifestation coming into the physical plane. So you're manifesting up here, and then you're going to be seeing the fruits of that manifestation with this Six of Pentacles. But, you know, when we manifest, we have to put some action behind that, right? It's not just saying, I am a millionaire, and then go sitting in front of the television set, right? You have to be actively putting physical action behind that manifestation, right? So also here it's saying that by taking a leap, okay, by taking a leap, you're letting go of something, but you are making space for something new to happen. So you may remember your grandmother, older aunts, or somebody like that. You may have heard them say, throwing their fleece out. And the story comes from the fleece, which means you're setting yourself up for success by manifesting what you want coming in. And you're having faith that that thing that you're manifesting will come into fruition. But that takes a lot of letting go, right? Letting go of fear, letting go of lack. So you are throwing your fleece out, putting your fleece out. I don't think that it's wise for you to talk necessarily to other people about what you're trying to bring in. You have a Knight of Swords coming in the reverse, talking about don't communicate about it. Now, it doesn't mean that you're hiding it because you really don't believe in it. No, it's saying that sometimes when we share our desires, our manifestation, and we speak that out loud to others, okay, not speaking it out loud to the universe, But when we speak that out loud to others, sometimes, if you'll notice, when you do that, then things start going kind of off with what you're trying to bring in. They start going a little awry. And that means that simply that other people sometimes may not have your best interest at heart, and they may not wish you to have the desires of your heart. They may not wish you to have those manifestations that you've been having your faith that will come in, because that speaks to their limitations. It speaks to, well, if you have it, if I can't have it, then you can't have it either, right? Or they may interject negativity into your manifestation, which may derail you. So here it's saying, have faith that it's going to come in, because your Six of Pentacles says, yes, it's going to come into the physical plane. But you got to let go of this idea of being desperate, of making choices out of desperation, which, look, it's hard to do, right? I mean, in this economy, you know, we got to have a second job to buy a damn dozen eggs, okay? So it's not lost, okay, that there is a great deal of desperation energy running around in our society, in our neighborhoods, in our grocery stores, in our world. But we have to shield our energy from that. So this is saying, hey, keep it to yourself. You know, you've heard, I think it's Sun Tzu or something like that, The Art of War, you know, that we operate in the dark. You know, we don't need to tell everybody what our plans are. Keep those plans to ourselves and then fall like a thunderbolt, right? When you're ready to execute, that's when you tell people. That's when you can share it with people. That's when they're going to see the fruits of your manifestation. But sometimes it's better to work in silence. So whatever that means to you guys out there, Cancers, that's, you know, that's the message. Partnerships incoming for you for the month of July. This may have been somebody that you're not in communication with right now. And I know, right? We hear readers all day long talk about, oh, you're not talking to this person. You haven't talked to them in 12 years, but they're coming back in your life. You know, that's what the message is, right? But, I mean, use your logic. If you're not talking to somebody you haven't talked to in like 25 years or whatever, and they're miraculously going to appear in your life, if that does come to fruition, if that does happen, then you can definitely say that it was a fated event, right? But, you know, don't overthink it. Don't overcomplicate it. It may have been somebody you haven't talked to in a couple of weeks. It may be somebody you haven't talked to in a couple of years, something like that. But it's somebody you definitely let go of, okay? And the burden in this situation with this lover was communication. You were doing all the work and this person wasn't doing enough of the work. The burden fell on you, right? You have too many things going here. This could be a Gemini, of course. It doesn't have to be, but, you know, the lovers represent the sign of Gemini. But for others of you out there, this is talking about letting go of a person. Here, your manifestation, your faith, that when you set that fleece out there, when you take that leap of faith out of this relationship, you're going to be caught, right? You're going to be held. You're going to be supported. The money will be there. The fruition of the manifestation will be there. But you have to let go of something or someone, okay, and the idea of lack and desperation. Sometimes, you know, somebody being there ain't better than them not being there, okay? And so that's kind of the perspective maybe that we need to think about. Anyway, it's a burden. Don't talk about your burdens with them anymore. Don't discuss if you're leaving a relationship. If you're thinking about leaving a relationship, it's saying here, you know, you've said everything really that kind of needs to be said here. It's time to talk no more, okay? It's not time to continue ad nauseum talking to this person about what's wrong here, what's going wrong, what your needs are versus what they're willing to fulfill for you. Stop talking to them. Get up, pack up your suitcase, and get out. Okay, sometimes when you stop talking and you just act, that's resonates and it makes a louder sound, okay, than when you're ran on somebody, right? because they just start tuning you out, especially if they don't care about fulfilling your needs or recognizing you in the way that they need to. So this is for somebody here who may be thinking of leaving and worried about support coming in. It's going to be there. But you got to stop talking and you got to do, right? Queen of Pentacles is here. You're going to be successful. This may be for a select few Cancer women out there who is sort of bringing home the bacon and frying it up in a pan. Now, for you younger generation, you're not going to know what in the hell I'm talking about, but there used to be a perfume commercial on TV all the time when there actually were those kind of commercials on TV where it talks about this woman. I think it was some like in the 80s, right? Anjali or something like that, I think was the name of the Angelou or something like that. And it was a lady standing there talking about she can bring home the bacon because she's a career woman, right? And she fries it up in the pan. So this is kind of a woman who, and it was also a song independent of that, but this is a woman who is the CEO of a company, but she's coming home and making sure everybody has dinner, okay? This is a woman who juggles a lot of different responsibilities, and it could be a man too. It doesn't just have to be a woman. And this is somebody who juggles a lot of responsibilities. They're making the money, and they're also keeping the home at the same time. For some of you, this could be partners. It could be single, right? But there is somebody here who benefits from that a great deal. And they are sitting here living it up. Hey, it's great. They've got every single thing done for them here. The yard work is done. The cleaning is done. Their laundry is done and pressed and put in the closet. The toilets are cleaned. They're just doing the minimum. Okay? And you're over here, you've got this big coin in your hand, and you've got the whole family here. The whole weight of the world is on your shoulders at this point for some of you out there. While you have this King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, it doesn't have to be, but you've got this King of Wands over here sort of like laying back in his chair like life is a breeze, okay? And you're carrying 5 or 6 brooms and mops over here. And then getting up and going to work, okay? So this is about priorities and being taken for granted and carrying the burden of everything on your own, right? I always used to say to myself, if I'm doing everything by myself, I might as well be by myself, right? And you cannot breathe my oxygen anymore, because that's one more resource that you're sucking away from me, right? So it might be time to consider priority regarding, not that it will lessen your workload, because it won't, okay? But it might help you to reprioritize why you're doing it, and will it be worth it doing it for yourself and your family, and it being benefited from in that way, instead of you doing everything and you've got somebody over here who's sort of dead weight and they are benefiting from everything you do, but they are not there to help you do anything. So the priority decision here is, would this be easier if I did it on my own? I mean, I'd still be doing everything, but I wouldn't have this dead weight over here trying to benefit from all my labor and not helping me do anything, but still sitting in the recliner. So that seems to be a theme for some of you here. There also may be a partner here who always has a new idea, right? They're going to invent the next flying car, okay? But they don't know how to work on cars, right? They don't know how to put cars together or whatever. Or you've got someone who's going to invent the next futuristic dishwasher, okay? And they've never loaded or unloaded a dishwasher ever. So this person, the example is that they've always got a new gig, some kind of new hook, right? But it never comes to fruition. It never comes to amount to anything. and resources are spent on it and time is spent on it, and you really want to believe this time, they're going to do it. They're really going to do it. But in the end, it ends up being the same old thing over and over again. So for others of you, you're dealing with somebody who, has a lot of grand ideas but lacks the follow through, and you end up suffering as a result of the follow through, right? So you have to kind of make a decision at that point about your money. Is it going to be spent best again on another cockamamie idea from this person? Because the pattern is they haven't shown you anything. Or would it be best being put toward the family? So if you're not, some of you aren't planning on leaving a partner, maybe the inventor needs to go hit the pavement and get a 9-to-5, right? So a lot of relationship issues here involving money and power struggle and control and prioritizing what's best. So again, the Capricorn full moon is talking about allowing things to leave our lives, making decisions, new clarity coming in to be able to make these kind of decisions. So let's see what else we can get for you guys. I think sometimes also letting go of not juggling things is kind of maybe where some of you need to go as well. You know what? You hold on to everything and nobody can get it done the right way. So you kind of have to ask yourself, like, if you're always saying, no, I'll do it, because you want it done a specific way, it might be time to release some control issues regarding how it gets done or how well you think it should be done, right? So, if the kids are unloading the dishwasher and they got the cups scattered all over the kitchen, they, with correction, will eventually learn that the cups don't go all over the kitchen, right? But you can't be, when you're delegating things out and you're teaching them, right, kind of have to not, have your hand on it so much. So if the guy sitting over here is sitting in the chair and he puts the dishes, bowls where the plates go or whatever, they got taken out of the dishwasher and put away, right? And you were able to do something else while that was happening. So the example is you have to learn to release a little bit of control and not having done your way, but it's still getting done. So for some of you, this is about releasing control. And control comes from a place of fear, which comes from your root chakra, which may be blocked or not spinning in the right direction. Because it's fear. If you don't do it, then it's can't be done this way, right? It's a fear-based kind of thing. So examine that, on your own time and kind of see where you can release control of situations in your life moving forward. Some of you this month will not have to juggle money so much. It looks like here, some of you may be able to move up. You may be getting a bump in pay. There's something here about money becoming bigger and more steady, which puts you in a position not to have to juggle money so much. Also, for others of you out there, you may have a partner who is getting promoted or who is successful in implementing a project, which brings a little more money into the home, which causes you not to have to juggle so much. So money pressures may be lifted a little bit for you this month in July. Also, big money coming in. Others of you are going to have to purchase a new vehicle, and you're going to have a down payment, a pretty good down payment for that. So if you're having vehicle trouble here, do not wait until the last minute, because that sucker is going to catch you off guard this month. Go check it out, see what can be done. But others of you purchasing a new vehicle, you're going to have to save up for this down payment because it's going to be pretty good price. Quit talking to somebody who wastes your time. Okay. Major Arcana, the center of your read is the Lovers. Partnerships are highlighted this month for you guys. I mean, happy birthday. It is your birthday month, right? Partnerships are going to be highlighted for you this month. There's going to be a lot of transparency in partnerships also. For some of you out there, you have a partner who's a little bit intimidated by your position. And although they're great, you love spending time together, sometimes because some of you may work in pretty powerful positions or positions that, you bring home a lot of money or you have a lot of responsibility, or you may be the boss at work or whatever. You have a counterpart here, right, who feels a little smaller in comparison to you. Because you may be the major breadwinner in the family. And this energy here feels as though, they're just kind of part of your scenario, right? That they're not really, and it's their own issue, right? It's their own issue that they feel that way. But they feel overpowered and intimidated by you a little bit. And I know that's hard to believe, Cancers, because, how could that possibly be the case? However, it's because this person doesn't feel as though they measure up to your status, right, or your stature, your title, or whatever. And so really this is an internal problem for this person. But being sensitive about that in partnership maybe this month is something to focus on. So let's see what Cancer can expect in the month of July. What can Cancer expect for the month of July? Whoops. Okay. Coming to a negotiation or coming to a decision with a lover, Two of Cups here. Coming to a decision that you're both integral in part of a relationship. So not for those of you who have the person sucking up the resources over there, right? But for those of you who, as I was just talking about, have this issue in which somebody may feel a little bit intimidated or lesser because it's their own internal issue. You're going to be having breakthroughs this month with understanding that it takes the two of you to make it work, no matter what the position is or what you're doing. And the idea getting put across that you're both on equal plane, you're both equal here, because you're each bringing something different to the partnership. And you each have something valuable to bring to the partnership. So that clarity is going to come for you this month. Again, new beginnings, having the conversation that you're in it together, teamwork makes the dream work, or whatever you want to say, that just because it seems like you've got it all wrapped up over here, this person brings something very important to the relationship, just as much as you do. Or it could be that you need to be sensitive to that this month. Partnerships, again, are going to be very important for Cancer this month of July. And valuing partnerships. Also, for those of you that have this problem over here, valuing oneself and what do partnerships mean to me? Does it mean that I'm doing all of the work and somebody else is benefiting from it? No, that's not a partnership. So what is a priority in partnership and what does partnership mean to me? Let's see what Cancer doesn't expect coming for the month of July. A lot of planning. Some of you may, again, I have the Three of Pentacles. That's about renovations. That's about decorating a new home or moving or going to a new home. Some of you are a little overwhelmed, okay, by something in the home. Again, I've got a lot of themes of somebody doing all the work. Somebody's staying up late at night worrying about how the money's going to come together for something. It's time to talk to your partner or talk to somebody, okay, and bring up the subject that, maybe we need to bring more money into this situation. Maybe we need to bring more money into the home. Maybe we need to look for other opportunities because the home that we're in is costing us way too much money. It needs a lot of work that we can't do. We don't have the money to do. Maybe it's time for us to look for other opportunities. It's time to have that conversation for some of you. And again, I've got an issue about a vehicle here. Cancer, you're right here in your read. But I've got an issue about also a vehicle. The same thing as the house, but somebody's saying, you know, we're always working on this car. You know, we put a lot of money in this car. It's time for us to find something more economical. So basically changes in partnerships, valuing partnerships, and making decisions about downsizing or alleviating financial burdens regarding cars or homes this month might be something that you focus on. So let me get a couple of oracle cards on it and we'll call it a wrap. This one's run kind of long. Practicality may be something to focus on this month. The faith cards may be, you know, the theme of having the faith that, you know what, we're spending an awful lot of money doing this. We got to look for other opportunities and having the faith that that's going to come together for you guys. Okay. Speak out. Conversations happening for you, Cancer, this month. Communicate and solve the conflicts. Communicate and solve the conflicts this month. Do not put them off. Do not delay them. Do not shove them down. Communicate and solve the conflicts this month so that you can make the rest of the year a little easier on yourselves. Listen to advice. Guidance is needed to cross the ocean of life. Okay. Listen to conversations from friends. Listen to your partner. Make a change. Make a change. You got to welcome change because change has to happen because these situations are keeping you stifled and stuck. So, Cancers, that's what I have for you guys, and I'll see you second half.